Fola is a futurist and catalyst reshaping project management as a lifestyle. She is fondly called the strategic project leader. She is the CEO and Chief Innovation Officer of Strategic Project Leader Incorporated. Also, she founded the No Gap Foundation, a for-purpose, non-profit organization dedicated to bringing the opportunity and relational gap for women, visible minorities, and working parents. Fola's passion is to transform 1 million lives by 2030, providing invaluable project management strategies that transform careers, businesses, and lives. She has made her career about simplifying complexity and maximizing leverage to achieve tangible benefits, tangible business results, and outcomes. For over 2 decades, Fola has managed project managers, business analysts, and technical SMEs on multi-million-dollar portfolios. She has created the Project Management Centers of Excellence, otherwise called PMOs. Fola is the host of the SPL podcast, where she discusses with project management authorities to enrich the body of knowledge. Fola helps by providing tools and strategies for not only project professionals, but also ordinary people to create extraordinary careers, businesses, and lives. All these she achieves by leveraging project management with a strategic focus. Fola is dedicated to lifelong learning. Fola Alabi is going to tell us a story. That is, she will introduce storytelling as a powerful medium for communicating change.
Thank you so much, PMI, for having me do this, and thank you for everyone who's actually watching. Can I have the slides down for a minute before I get into it? I don't want the slides up yet. I want us to think about this, first of all. The world we live in is our world, and what we do with it will determine what we can get out of it. As a catalyst, and as a value one specifically, creating tangible outcomes through projects and programs are what pretty much I do on a day-to-day basis. But I always keep one thing in mind. This world is all we've got. So in all my product deliveries, in all my mentorship and coaching with my project teams, I ensure that we endeavor to keep sustainability top of mind all the time. My goal today at the end of this short talk is to leave you better than you came, with one memorable idea to get you thinking about if you need to eat. Yes, you heard me right. EAT, it. Yeah, can I have one of my slides up? The first slides, thank you so much.
It's a bit of a surprise, but there's a bit of a crackle there, Fola. I don't know whether your volume's up high or something like that, but...
Okay, let me just check that.
Keep going.
Can you hear me better now?
There's still a bit of a crackle for me. I don't know whether it's the same for others.
Let's go. Okay, I'll just switch. Can you hear me now? Is it better?
It's fine, yes. I'm going to disappear and your slides will be up any moment now.
That's okay. Thank you so much. We talk about technology. The key for me here is I always tell a lot of my clients and anyone who actually wishes to listen is, in order to create the future others crave today, we must act and execute in ways others won't. I have to be the change. Because I said before, today I want to leave you thinking about if we really need to eat. I'll be pulling from stories that solidifies my EAT framework. I'll be sharing stories around how this is actually formed and actually made me into the woman I am today. And when we think about stories, stories actually help to paint the pictures of ideas and catapult you into the scene. That's right. I want to take you down memory lane. Looking back a couple of decades, I remember April the 20th, 2010, when the explosion at the BP, Deepwater Horizon oil rig released 130 million gallons of crude into the Gulf of Mexico. This was the biggest oil spill ever in the U.S. water sounds, and still remains one of the worst environmental disasters in world history. 11 rig workers lost their lives, and so did millions of marine mammals. We all watched helplessly as oil gushed into the planet. Most biodiverse marine habitats. I guess they probably had no one to talk to, but this happened for 87 long days. At the time, I was a young professional. I didn't even realize how this incident will be impacting my life later on. But I look back, it's already been a decade. Time has flown by so quick, but the effect still lingers till today. Now I think about it. Do I need to eat? EAT. When I think about any solution, as we've heard today from great speakers around systems thinking and the actions we need to take, without a doubt, the change always starts with us. But the first E, it's all about educating ourselves. Education, that's the E. The A is assessing our impact, and T is taking action. I want to dive into the E, education. For me, I see it in two different folds to this. Education about how I can, first of all, meet my basic needs of life and that of my family, and education on how I could leave the world better than I actually found it. I remember turning on the TV a couple of weeks ago before I jumped on the flight here to London from Canada. And there was like a scene of people who lived close to the waterside, who had no concern about pollution. They had messes everywhere and spills and doing their thing. My 4-year-old Jade, in the next slide, I want to show his face, came in and said to me, Mom, why are these people creating such a mess all around? It's polluting the environment. And I'm like, great question, I said. Indeed, being a minority and being a woman as well, I have been faced with an array of challenges. But I have quickly realized that no matter what it is, I still have to be the change. But when I think about Maslow hierarchy of needs, I realized that I had to get the basics right. When it comes to life, shelter, food, and clothing was top of mind for me. I had to eat before I could even feed others. As we challenge ourselves on a daily basis, and I look at these people who were shown on TV, and my son asked that question, I'm like, these guys are just fighting to survive. And the only basic instinct of survivor is just all I can actually get and nothing else really matters. And all of this clouds, even their ideas and how they actually take on challenges on a day-to-day basis. And I told Jaden, I'm like, Jaden, I guess they are just trying to survive. And maybe right now, the environment could be the least of their worries. A few days later, it was nice and it was sunny, and Jaden walked up to me. And I said, why is there so much mess here? I'm like, you didn't recycle the juice box that you just finished with. And he's like, Mom, I have a chicken in my hand. I have to eat. I'm like, okay, I know you have to eat though, but you need to think about the juice box and the environment as well. Jaden looked up, he finished off his meal. As soon as he finished the chicken, he's like, Mom, I'm all done now. How can I save the planet with you? I smiled and I said, yes, boy, I realized you had to eat. The key here is, as we go about on this journey of sustainability, I want us to think about education, but focusing on the fact that in every part of the world and in every situation, people are challenged. The basic education on how to fend and how to create the outcomes that they want to survive at times may cloud our minds. And so how can we keep supporting? And we know part of the UN's key action is also about elevating hunger. We want to work on that as well. We want to tie back in to creating something more sustainable and how we can even be more aware of what the steps we need to take on a daily basis. And indeed, Jaden tells me that every day and says, Mom, I am here to help save the environment. As you move on from education, which is the E, the A is how can you assess the impact on a day-to-day basis? And when you do it on a daily basis, the T then means we all have to take action. That's right. We take action today. The best time to have actually planted a tree, as they say, was 10 years ago. And the best time to do that is today. I want to challenge you. Can you take off the slides, please? Merv, I appreciate that. I want to challenge each and every one of you listening to me. We need to work together to create a sustainable environment, to leave the world better than we actually found it. Are you going to eat with me, educate yourself, assess your impact, and take action? So I can leave and catch on my flight and say, Jaden, yes, the world is going to join us as we go on this journey together. Thank you so much, and back to you.